Welcome to the upper frequency line. This is a recording of a live connection session with Eva and Therese. Please give yourself time to sit undisturbed during the connection. Sit comfortably with closed eyes or looking softly into the distance. Welcome.
Thanks.
Let's see what's happening in the field today. Hello, field.
I feel like I've been a bit with the spikes outwards today. For a little bit, but I'm better this afternoon.
You had what?
A little bit agitated, a little bit rude and straight, maybe a bit too straightforward.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can connect with the frequency line first and see where it's at.
I actually think that I would benefit to connect with this twice a day. I think that would be very beneficial, at least for me right now.
Yeah. It just helps to connect at any time. I think you need to connect with it as soon, even if you don't drop down, but even more so if you do, like if you feel yourself
I usually don't feel myself going down. I just feel myself when I'm coming out of it, because I feel like, oh, that comment wasn't very nice and I didn't have to say that.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is, I'm only speaking my truth, but some of it, I like when I come up the frequency, I feel like, well, I wouldn't have had to say that. I could have said that in a different way or something like that,
Yeah, but you only think of it afterwards?
Yeah, I don't feel it that, like, when I'm in the middle of being rude, I don't think that I am rude. I just feel like I'm speaking my truth.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. So if we just go back a few days, let's go back to the 31st. It's easier to get on track if we start at the split. So 30th, big stuff. 31st. The divide. The 1st of September, big step up. 2nd, smaller step. 3rd, big step. 4th, big step, a different kind of step. 5th, I'm not sure what happened there. 6th, what's today? 10th?
Yeah.
7th, that's the big expansion upwards in all directions. 8th, 9th, 10th. So these days, since the 7th, There hasn't been an upward move. Not that I can feel.
Yeah. It's still a forward kind of feeling. It's like a steady forward moving.
Yeah, but not upward.
No.
It's just moving along.
Yeah.
But it still feels like being up on a high plateau, like a mountain plateau. So it feels elevated. Still have that elevated feel. It's still fairly still.
It is.
And I still don't, at least not initially, I don't have, a sense of lots of other people, or feels quite peaceful and serene today.
I think I'm feeling a little bit of I'm not feeling people as in people on top of me, and I can't see any, but I'm starting to feel like a community of people kind of a feel to it, like it's a support from people.
Mm-hmm.
It's not right next to me, but I can feel it at the distance.
Yeah, it's not the feeling of being alone. It's just that, like, in the near sphere, it's very still, and I don't feel anyone like near.
Yeah.
But it is populated outside of that
Yeah.
near area.
Yeah.
And it's not just populated with people. It's like a lot of kinds of consciousnesses. So it's the water, it's the plants. I wonder if there are animals too. We haven't had animals join in yet, but maybe insects. But it feels so totally serene and grounded at the same time. And soft. How does this change your previous irritation? Or
It soothes it over. It's like, it's very strange. It's like if I have, say I've put a spike in someone by saying something not very nice, it's like this is gone in and just smudges it over, like what a spike is, and it's just like, it's not that harsh.
yeah.
I've gotten triggered today. That's the thing. Like, I've gotten triggered.
Yeah.
And I could probably feel it coming yesterday, and that's why I said like what I did yesterday. So How many people are here?
Interesting. 23. Is it 23%? Isn't that less than we had before?
Yeah.
What was it before? 25?
25 yesterday.
I'm not sure why there's less. Some have, it's like they're sagging a little bit below the top line. If we include those that are sagging a little bit, then it's 25. So 2% are sagging below. I wonder if they're experiencing some difficulties today.
Like myself.
Were you on the line earlier?
When was earlier?
When you were in, before we connected.
Mm-mm.
No? You were sagging below?
Yep.
All right. Let's see if we can hold the space to allow those ones to return to the upper line if they want to. What I feel with them is a contraction of the pericardium. Like
Did they
protection contraction.
did they sag because I sagged, or did we all sag because of something going on?
We might want to check what's going on with frequencies. Sun? What about the sun? Actually, the sun feels like quite a spray like this. But not necessarily in this direction. It's like, I don't really feel any effect from that. What about cosmic rays? Yeah. Yes. Okay. So there's a name that shows up with that. I'm not sure if that's correct, but anyway, the name that shows up is Aldebaran. That's a star. And there's like looks almost like a laser show. Blues coming here from there. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
And that's having a direct effect on the pericardium, the heart. Not, yeah, more the pericardium than the heart, more physical. It feels like a more physical effect. But what it does is it contracts. The heart or pericardium contracts with that. So what happens if we remove that frequency from your earlier happenings today? How does it feel like it went down if it didn't have those frequencies?
It wouldn't have
plenty.
happened. I'd be a lot softer. I wouldn't even be
Okay.
triggered.
All right. Okay. So I suppose it's happening for a reason, or even if it's not for a reason, we still, need to be able to handle these things. So um, so let's with that that laser show, the frequency show, and the effect on the pericardium, and let's see what happens.
It's almost as I know it was seemed to be a negative effect, but now when we're sitting with it, it's almost as if it's like a laser kind of healing effect.
To me, the feeling is that it lays the pericardium bare. Like it brings it out in the open.
Mm.
If you consider that it was like covered with something, and what it does is it kind of burns off that outer layer,
Yeah,
and so it's like flesh underneath.
yeah, it's a bit raw,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's also like new
yeah,
skin, like
yeah.
pink new skin. Yeah. So although it was like uncomfortable to begin with, like I haven't felt it do that to me today, but I can feel it like for those who were affected.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. Um,
Whew. So nice to get that acknowledged.
yeah.
How's the shield feeling?
That's interesting considering that that's a pericardium shield.
Yeah. It's
um,
like, how did that get through? How did that?
yeah. Just hold on a bit. I don't think it's quite finished with the
Okay.
pericardium yet for everyone. Let's just wait for it to, it's like it still needs to settle and find itself again, find its midline. There it is. How does that feel now? Is
Much
that,
better. It still feels raw, but it's like it's got a cover on it, so it's not exposed raw, but
yeah,
it's just it's safe to be raw.
okay, yep. All right, let's go see the shield. So my shield is quite big and strong. It's interesting how it gets bigger and bigger,
Hmm.
keeps increasing in size.
I'm not sure how that got in, to be honest. It doesn't feel like it's come through an outside layer. It doesn't feel like it's come through the shield.
No, because you might find that it's actually, something that is meant to come through in order to expose and
Yeah,
move along. The shield is really only for um, fire, that
yeah,
and like EMF and graphene oxide, like those types of things, and the fire, that very sharp fire. So you might find that this kind of laser frequency doesn't like it. There's no barrier for that because it's part of
yeah,
moving us along and getting us
yeah,
to work on things.
yeah. Oh, I'm
Because
so
my field feels my shield feels intact. How about
yeah.
yours?
Yeah, it feels intact, but it's
Yeah.
like I can't see it's been pierced or there's a hole in it or anything. It's just
Uh,
come.
uh,
I reckon it's just come straight through.
mm. So if we look back on the period where you felt the irritation, um, let's just see how the shield behaves during that time of the rays from Aldebaran. It doesn't block it
No,
or break or anything. It's they're mutually inclusive.
yeah,
Yeah. It feels like though that you might still have some bits to work with in terms of your irritation period and how that affected other people. How does it feel when I say that?
I've already apologized.
Yeah, it's more inside, like in you.
Hmm.
Like maybe there's mm, a slight distaste or
Yep.
something feels a little bit not so good about it still, like it hasn't completely moved through. Oh, there we go. Changing. So what changed?
I don't
Did you
know.
feel?
I could feel a pop. It's like a pop in my pericardium,
Okay.
like taking the cap out, a
Oh,
top cap out, and it go poof. Like it
okay.
was something built up.
Yeah. Yeah. So the difference now that I can feel is now it feels like a learning period or
Yeah,
like you've completed the learning of that.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. How does the field and the line feel now?
Loving. I could feel the loving. I can feel that all loving and beautiful all the time.
Yeah.
Just that I was a bit off.
And now all the people are back up. 25%. Hello, people. Welcome back.
It's interesting because now I don't feel that community feeling anymore, and I was probably feeling them because we had left the hole and we were down to a bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what does it feel like now?
Now it's just infinite, like there's not one person, but there's not a group of people either. It's just infinite.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.